So the question is, the finance officer may like to keep this figure very high, uh, and there may be a disagreement between the management and the CFO. So let me tell you, number one, please remember this figure of reserves and surplus that we see here, it is not that so much of cash is lying with the company. Please remember, all of you, this figure does not say mean that so much of cash is lying with the company. It only shows over the years since the beginning of the company so much of profit company has earned and plowed back. So this only indicates that so much of money company has used in expansion, diversification, modernization, debottlenecking, setting up plants all over the world, acquiring the company, so on and so forth. So that's point number one. Point number two, please remember, CFO is nothing but part of the management only. So he is not different. CFO is not different from the management. So ultimately, he is part of the management. And number two, it is the CFO or the management versus the shareholder. And please remember, ultimately, who is the final authority? Management is not the final authority. CFO is not the final authority. The final authority is the shareholders, because ultimately it is their money, it is their company. CFO or the management, they are only agent of the shareholders. So the CFO or the management has to listen to the shareholders. So if the shareholders say that plow back the whatever profit that you have earned, CFO can advise. CFO can give an advice. Okay, because of this reason, this is what we should do. But CFO cannot rule over the shareholders. Ultimately, it is the shareholders who will have the last word. Say, for example, the economy is in a bad shape. CFO is saying, let us give the dividend to the shareholders. And the shareholders are saying, we don't want the dividend, plow back this money. And that is where CFO's responsibility is to explain to the shareholders as to how it is in their interest to receive the dividend rather than keep the money with the company, because company is not going to earn anything out of it actually. Other way, economy is in a boom, shareholders are asking for the dividend, and that is where CFO has to explain to the shareholders, it is in your interest to plow the money back into the business, because if I give you the dividend, if I give you the profit as dividend to you, you will earn 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%. But if we plow back this profit back into the business, acquire some company somewhere, do some expansion or diversification somewhere, we would be able to get a return of 20, 30, 40%. So if we earn a return of 20, 30, 40% by plowing back the profit, you will get the benefit ultimately, because the 30, 40% that we are going to earn on the diversification or the expansion, ultimately that return is to your benefit. So this is how it would work. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay.